All right, welcome back everyone to the recap of Darkhorse round 3 over in Essex, Vermont. No Tyler today. He's taking a day off. Apparently I'm not paying him enough, so there's that. So just getting into it, it'll be a quick recap, and then we will let you get back to your day. We talk about a really well set series. Like, I've been really enjoying this Darkhorse series, even though I'm not climbing at my fullest potential. Seeing just the diversity of the sets that they are setting out there, from overhanging, dynamic, crimps, like they really are putting a lot of love into their climbs. I just want to give Darkhorse a shout out for really setting some really great stuff. I really wish I was at my peak potential. Even worse for Vermont, simply because I have been so like as a milestone for Beta Breakers, we actually had 2 live streams that weekend. I don't know if you missed it, but if you did, definitely check it out. The Ideal Circuit was going down. It was the opening day of the Ideal Circuit. Even if you have no clue what I'm talking about, just keep an eye on the channel. We're going to do a little bit more info on that. Really great idea from the brain of Charlie Schreiber, and he's really trying to really help up the ante and the performance of all of the kids that are going into nationals and all that stuff. So definitely check that out. But back over to Darkhorse. Really just, getting out there, getting on some really great sets. It was an interesting qualifying round, going into finals, having Canada just basically come in and just take over and just leave after taking, top spots on the podium, was really interesting. Really great to see just a different perspective of climbers from, different areas. Very central, just very focused and very central to the northeast area over here. Just going up to Vermont, come over the border, crush it, and then they leave screaming free healthcare for everyone. That was a really cool to see all those crushes out there. But so you talk about the qualifiers. We had in open finals, we had Madison Richardson and Zach Richardson. I guess they're a couple, the Richardsons. They're a power couple in climbing in Canada, and of course crossing over into the US. It was really great to see them. They both qualified first in their respective categories, and Madison held that first title going onto the podium. Zach actually ended up in second through a really intense finals. When you start talking about, so it's Guy McNamee. He actually qualified 6th for male, and then flashed all 3 problems to take that first spot. Zach did flash the first 2 and just didn't pull it together for the 3rd one. So it was really just like a tense finals. It was actually really action-packed and really cool to get a finals that wasn't just so like, okay, this person qualified first, they're going to get first, and blah, blah, blah. And I think, the Darkhorse format, I always kind of questioned the only 3 finals problems, and like how do they, create separation and all that. But they do an amazing job setting these problems so that the separation is actually created through attempts mainly. That's kind of something I've noticed across Darkhorse, is that, it's that first move, like, you got to get that first move, and you get that first move, and typically once they get that first move, everyone zones and then moves on to top it. But it's usually how many attempts does it take you to get that first move, how to get that zone, and then from there, that's really create the separation, and it works every time. And it was really interesting to see that, and just kind of going into Zach going into that 3rd climb after Guy had already flashed all 3. And when you start talking about, Guy, he placed 6th, he qualified 6th, I should say. But like when you start talking about the amount of attempts that were going, I think, on average, everyone, if you wanted to qualify, this is also another thing I found was interesting. If you wanted to qualify for finals, you had to get 7 out of the 8 tops. And then so it was 7 out of 8 tops for a male. And then you had to get it, I think it was an average of 3 attempts across those, I had 20 something attempts, which is crazy, right? So typically if you're looking at sheets and looking at how many tops there were, for people that qualify for 6, it's, 6, maybe, 5. I've seen, if you talk about the females, which was a different, Madison did get 8. I think it was Autumn. She got 8 tops as well. And then after that, the nearest was, 6th, and then all the way down to 5. And now you're in finals. Awesome. And one thing I did find interesting was that Olivia Finn, she actually got 5 tops. I think she qualified 5th. So 5 tops with only 8 attempts. And then, like, and then you look at everyone else, it's like 8 tops, 20 attempts, 8 tops, 27, like really high amount of attempts. Olivia was like, I'm going to come in, I'm going to go for 5, a couple of tries, and then see what happens. And then she actually wound up, I think, taking 2nd. So maybe that was her strategy, like conserving energy, getting just enough to qualify, and then calling it good, and then crushing it in finals. She actually did put on a great performance in finals, as well as, of course, all the other finalists as well. So big shout out to everyone for putting on an amazing show. Really will love to see some more mixture between U.S. and Canada, not of course on a USA climbing and IFC. Like I want to see it on at a local level. It was really exciting to see that. And also Canada, if you guys are interested in having Beta Breakers come up there and live stream any of your comps, please let us know. You know how to find us. And then so when we start talking about comps coming down the pipe, we're of course going to be live streaming Feats of Strength. So that's the next movement / Cliffs event. That's my home gym, Cliffs at Valhalla, or Movement at Valhalla. So definitely keep an eye out for that. If you don't know when it is, subscribe, you'll get notified, and of course follow us on social, but more so support the channel, subscribe for us on YouTube, so I know that you guys are enjoying the content and you want to see more. We have a whole bunch of other live streams. I know just confirmed with the Rock Club, we're going to be doing the Rock Classic, and of course all of the Movement Northeast live streams, and then closing out the Darkhorse series in Essex, Massachusetts, when that comes down. So keep an eye out, subscribe, like, also get notifications so you get notified when we actually do post new content. This weekend, no live streams, taking a rest. So I'll try and catch up with some other content that I've been promising to get you guys, mainly some gym tours. I did do a tour of the MetroRock in Essex gym, a really, really cool gym for everyone, climbers and kids alike. So definitely keep an eye out for that, as well as just some other content I've been meaning to get out a little bit there. So don't want to take up any more of your time. Thank you all for supporting the channel. With that said, we'll see you next time.